Hey guys, what's up? So the experimental changes on Selena is finally available. Let's check the adjustments one by one, starting with her first skill in her Elven form. It now has a bigger area of effect when it explodes. Bigger is always better, right? Its damage is also increased against minions and jungle creeps. Next adjustment is the way she can apply her Abyssal marks. Her first skill can only place one mark even after it explodes. And once it explodes, nearby enemies will not receive any mark. Another change is her second skill, where it can no longer apply a mark upon hitting an enemy. That means the only way she can apply marks is from her first skill. Included in her second skill adjustment is the minion damage. It can now deal damage if it passes through minions. And then, we also have this new effect where if the second skill hits an enemy hero, you can tap her first skill and it will automatically place a trap on the target. You just press the skill and the trap will be placed on the enemy regardless of the distance. The only requirement is that your second skill has to hit a target. Another change is the removal of the movement boost when her arrow hits an enemy. That sucks, right? And now we move on to her Abyssal form. All her skills will no longer consume mana when in Abyssal form. That's nice since mana has always been her problem. And then we also have a new feature. If her first skill hits a marked enemy, her second skill will reset its cooldown. Here is an example. I used my second skill and now it's on cooldown. I'll attack this marked enemy using my first skill. And as you can see, the cooldown of her second skill was refreshed. You have to use her first skill on marked targets, otherwise the cooldown refresh will not work. So a normal combo will be like this. Use second skill to close the gap even if you don't hit the enemy. And then use her skill 1's basic attack to consume the mark. After that, you can dash again because the second skill is now refreshed. I also tried placing 2 traps, but it doesn't work. First is by putting a trap on the ground and wait for its cooldown. I then released her second skill and pressed the first skill after it hits an enemy. The damage is the same even though the enemy received 2 traps. And those are all her changes. So she's now faster in clearing lanes and it's easier to perform her combos, but we lost something that makes her fun to play. And it's her ability to dash more than 2 times. Now that her first skill can only apply 1 mark, you can no longer dash to several enemies just like before. A single combo can only apply 1 mark at a time, regardless of how many enemies you hit, and I think it will make her very predictable. Once you see an enemy Selena dash 2 times, you'll know she's out of skills. Say goodbye to your triple dash outplays. Based on the developers, they wanted to improve Selena's combo sequence and make her work for both mid lane and the jungle. The intention is good, but maybe all we need is extra damage on minions and creeps. Give us that and we'll be more than happy to use her for other roles. Removing her complexity, which for some players took years to master, is a bit hard to take. But again, that's just my opinion. What about you? What can you say about her new skills? Share it in the comment section. That's all for this video. Stay safe and thank you for watching.